Look around you, the device you're watching this on, the clothes you're wearing, the food in your kitchen. Nearly every object in our modern lives has undertaken a silent, colossal journey. This is the story of the global shipping empire, a logistical network of such unprecedented scale and power that it functions as the invisible backbone of our world. It's a story not of ancient mariners, but of a simple steel box, gargantuan vessels, and the corporate giants who command the arteries of global trade. This is the deep file on the system that moves the world. It all begins with a revolution in a box. Before the mid-20th century, loading a ship was a chaotic, labor-intensive nightmare. Goods of all shapes and sizes were crammed into a ship hauled by armies of longshoremen in a process called breakbulk cargo. It was slow, inefficient, and incredibly expensive. A ship could spend more time in port being loaded and unloaded than it did at sea. Then, in 1956, a trucking magnate named Malcolm McLean had a radically simple idea. What if, instead of loading the goods, you loaded the truck trailer itself onto the ship? This concept evolved into the standardized shipping container. The engineering genius wasn't in its complexity, but in its revolutionary simplicity and, crucially, its standardization. The International Organization for Standardization, or ISO, defined its dimensions. The most common unit became the 20-foot equivalent unit, or TEU, a steel box measuring 20 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 8.5 feet tall. This uniform size meant that any container could be handled by any crane, loaded onto any ship, truck, or train, anywhere in the world. It was a universal language of logistics. The corners were reinforced with standardized corner castings, precision engineered to lock into place with twist lock mechanisms on cranes and on the decks of other containers, allowing them to be stacked up to 9 high without buckling under the immense weight. This seemingly mundane metal box was the catalyst for a financial and logistical explosion. The cost of loading a ton of cargo plummeted. In the 1950s, it could cost nearly $6 per ton. By the era of full containerization, that cost had dropped to a mere 16 cents per ton. The world of commerce would never be the same. This revolution gave birth to titans. At the forefront stands A.P. MAERSK. To call MAERSK a shipping company is a profound understatement. It is a global logistics sovereign. The scale of its operation is difficult to comprehend. The MAERSK fleet consists of over 700 vessels, with a combined capacity exceeding 4.1 million TEUs. Placed end-to-end, those containers would circle the Earth 1.5 times. MAERSK alone controls nearly 17% of the entire global container shipping market, a larger share than the entire global market just a few decades ago. Its rival, the French conglomerate, CMA-CGM, operates a similarly staggering fleet, pushing the boundaries of what is possible on the high seas. These aren't just companies, they are geopolitical forces, their routes and schedules dictating the flow of economic power across continents. They decide what gets moved, when it gets moved, and, by extension, the price of goods in every store on the planet. To carry this staggering volume, a new class of vessel was engineered, the ultra-large container vessel, or ULCV. These are the largest moving objects ever built by humanity. Consider ships like the HMM Algeciras or the Ever Ace. These behemoths stretch 400 meters long, longer than 4 football fields, and can carry over 24,000 TEUs. A single, fully laden vessel can carry enough consumer goods to fill a train over 44 miles long. The engineering required to build and operate these floating cities is a marvel. Their massive 2-stroke diesel engines can be the size of a multi-story building, generating over 100,000 horsepower to propel nearly 250,000 tons of steel and cargo across the ocean at over 20 knots. The logistical ballet required to load and balance 24,000 containers, ensuring the ship's stability in treacherous seas, is a complex calculation of weight distribution and physics performed by advanced computer systems. These super ships are not just vessels, they are floating masterpieces of scale and logistical precision. Of course, a supership is useless without a superport. The revolution of the box necessitated a parallel revolution on land. Ports like Singapore, Shanghai, and Rotterdam underwent massive transformations, investing billions in infrastructure to become hyper-efficient hubs. Gone are the days of thousands of dock workers today. These terminals are monuments to automation. Giant ship-to-shore gantry cranes, some of the largest machines on Earth, move with uncanny speed and precision, capable of lifting 2 40-foot containers at once, weighing up to 100 tons. Once on the dock, containers are whisked away by automated guided vehicles or massive straddle carriers to be stacked in colossal yards. Managed by a sophisticated terminal operating system, the Port of Singapore, one of the world's busiest, can handle over 37 million TEUs a year. That's more than 100,000 containers every single day. The entire system is a high-stakes, high-speed orchestration of steel and data, engineered to minimize the time a ship spends idle, because in this industry, time is quite literally billions of dollars. The result is a planet completely dependent on this network. From the microchips in our phones to the avocados in our supermarkets, an estimated 90% of everything we trade travels by sea. This total reliance creates an extreme, albeit hidden, fragility. We saw a stark reminder of this in 2021 when the Ever Given, a ship of the same class as the largest ULCVs, became wedged in the Suez Canal. For 6 days, a single ship severed one of the world's most critical maritime arteries. The financial shockwave was immediate. An estimated $9.6 billion of trade was held up each day. The blockage caused a cascade of delays across the globe, disrupting supply chains for months, leading to product shortages and price hikes. It was a powerful lesson. Our entire globalized economy, this intricate web of production and consumption, is balanced precariously on the decks of these ships, navigating through narrow maritime choke points. A single point of failure can trigger a global economic crisis. Keeping this planetary machine running requires a digital nervous system of equal scale. Every single one of the tens of millions of containers circulating the globe must be tracked in real time. This is a monumental data challenge. Each container is fitted with a unique ISO 6346 identification code. Its global license plate. Advanced systems integrate GPS, cellular, and satellite communications to provide constant updates on a container's location, temperature, and security status. Companies like MAERSK have developed sophisticated digital platforms that allow clients to monitor their cargo's journey from a factory in Vietnam to a warehouse in Ohio with pinpoint accuracy. This vast data infrastructure not only ensures logistical efficiency, but also underpins global finance, customs, and security, creating a digital twin of the physical flow of goods across the planet. The invention of the standardized container did more than just lower shipping costs. It redrew the economic map of the world. It made geography less relevant. Suddenly, it became economically feasible to manufacture a product in a country with lower labor costs and ship it thousands of miles to a consumer market. This simple steel box was the true enabler of globalization, the force that built the interconnected consumer-driven economy we live in today. It stands as a testament to the power of standardization, a triumph of engineering on a scale never before witnessed. This global shipping empire, commanded by a handful of powerful corporations, remains the silent, indispensable, and staggeringly powerful logistical spine of the modern world. Thank you for diving into this deep file with us. If you appreciate these explorations into the hidden systems that run our world, please consider liking this video and subscribing to Deep Files. We'll see you on the next journey.